What's up, Felicia's Travel? This is your girl coming on to give you the 411 and the do's and don'ts of Cancun, Mexico. I know I'm looking a little bit rough, but in 30 minutes I'm about to get on the shuttle and catch a flight, and y'all know how it is when I'm finna catch a flight. I ain't worried about trying to be cute. The only thing I be concerned with is staying warm. That's why I got my jacket and my luggage. But anyway, let me give y'all the quick rundown before I leave here while everything is still fresh on my mind. And so first of all, I want to start off by giving a shout out to those of you who keep inboxing me, those of you who hashtag Felicia's Travel. I appreciate you. For the queens who went to Nashville and hashtag Felicia's Travel and told me that they followed exactly what I said to do and they had a good time, I appreciate you for giving me a shout out because you didn't have to do it. And I appreciate y'all just for supporting and subscribing to my Felicia's Travel Instagram. And so this was something that was recommended by my daughter-in-law. She said, hey, y'all travel 4 and 5 times a year. Why don't you give people the do's and don'ts? Because sometimes people don't know when they're going to different places or going to places they have never been before. And so I was sort of reluctant to do it because I didn't think people would really be interested. I didn't think people really care. But come to find out they do, because I get a lot of inboxes. I get, about 5 to 10 inboxes a week asking, hey, I'm going here, have you been here? Because sometimes I don't post videos of stuff, but I've been there before, and so people ask and I can just give them the rundown, and I usually get very good feedback. So I give a shout out to my daughter-in-law Kayla for recommending this. But let me get straight into the 411 of Cancun. So first of all, I want to say that people are not too nice here. It was weird because I was thinking I was just losing my mind, but you know me, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, you know what, they don't speak the same language, and so maybe it's just that they're not understanding me because I'm speaking English, ghetto English on top of that. But it was funny because we was on one of our excursions, and a guy who's actually from here, he's actually born and raised in Cancun, and somebody had got sort of short with us on the boat, and so he actually put them in their place. And he said to us, he said, man, let me apologize for my people. He said, sometimes, he said, this is not me or my family. He said, sometimes we're not nice to black people. And I said, wow. I said, why is that? He said, because they think that African Americans are lazy. Y'all know my head went to spinning like The Exorcist. But still don't let that deter you from coming to Cancun, because just about for every rude person we encounter, we probably encounter 2 or 3 nice people here. So let me say that to the people who was courteous, who was nice, polite, shout out to you, Cancun. Again, that wasn't everybody, but it was just so blatant in our face when we first got here. And I think that's the first time we've been out the country and experienced that, so it was just sort of weird. So that's probably why I'm starting my video off just telling you that's one of the things to expect. Everybody ain't gonna be so nice. And so the second thing I want to say, so let's start from when we came in. So when you get in the airport, more than likely you're going to be taking a shuttle to your hotel. Go straight outside the airport. One of the things we did, we've never been here before, so it's this little lady is like, hey, you looking for your shuttle? And we were like, yeah. So she said, go over here. And so it's a group of guys, well, women and guys, over at some little tables. And so what they'll do, they'll pull up the iPad, and they say, hey, what shuttle are you taking? This is what the guys are dressed like. They have on yellow, which was true, okay? But then they go into, hey, y'all got any plans? They real slick. They like, so y'all got any plans? And like, we were like, no. So hey, I tell you what, this is the biggest thing that's going in Cancun. We can give y'all 2 for 1. So basically what they're trying to do is get you tied into a timeshare. You go, you see the hour-and-a-half presentation. Y'all know how they go with the timeshares. They get you, and of course they'll give you free tickets. Well, you buy one ticket and you get the other ticket free to XCARET, which is one of the biggest attractions in Cancun, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. So if you here, we was here for only really 3 days because we leaving out today, so 3 full days, so we know our time was limited, so we didn't have time to watch that. But if you're here for a week or so and you got the time to do it, by all means do it. But if you're here for just like a weekend getaway, like we flew in Friday, so we basically had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today is Tuesday, we're flying back out. And so we was real particular about what we was going to do with our time. So we was very particular on that. But if you got an extra day where you want to watch a presentation and get buy one, get 2, by all means do it. But if you're not, go straight outside the airport. Don't let them talk you into going over to that table. Just say, no, my shuttle is outside waiting for me, and just keep walking. And then when you go outside, then you will see the different transportations, and they have their shirts on, number one, and then they have their signs. And if you don't see the signs, just ask somebody. Like we was with Speedy Shuttle, They had some other ones, and you just say, hey, where is blah blah blah, and they'll point you to the person or to the guy. So that's number one. Don't get caught up in those tables out there. And so when we got here Friday, we got here maybe about 4 something. So we spent our day on the beach, which was really nice. The weather was nice. Nothing like hanging on the beach, just relaxing and clearing your mind. So take time to wind down from your flight and just enjoy, because something that me and my husband, we're so guilty of. We be so busy trying to see what to do in the country, so we really don't enjoy the hotel stay that we're paying for. And so it was nice just to wind down, to relax, not think about work, not think about what excursion we're gonna get on, what shuttle we're gonna get on, just to get a cocktail, cup of coffee, tea, whatever you do, you know, and just relax. And so because we got here over in the evening, by the time we got here like 4:30, by the time we got checked in our room, got changed, and, you know, ate dinner. They have a steakhouse here at the restaurant, ate at the steakhouse. And then we went back to the room, changed our clothes. So by the time we got to the beach, it was after 6. So the weather was extremely nice. And it gave both of us time to just wind down from just the flight and just to relax our mind and just to focus. And it was just, the water was breathtaking. We're by the Pacific, is the body of water that Cancun is by. And so that's one of the things. So enjoy something at your resort that you're paying for, a hotel that you're paying for. Another thing I want to say, always try to book a resort by the beach where you can just walk out of the hotel right onto the beach. That's another thing that you want to do. A lot of the hotels are on the beach in Cancun, I was noticing, but there's a few that's not. So make sure yours is on the beach, because like I said, perfect thing to do. So then the second thing we did, which was the very next day, is we went to XCARET, XCARET, XCARET Plus. Do the plus because the plus comes with the dinner. That was the most awesome time we had. There is nothing that you can't do in XCARET. You can go snorkeling in XCARET. You can do the fish therapy in XCARET. You can do parasailing. You can do jet skis. They have a zoo. They have an aquarium. They have live shows. They have the rafting boats. They have, and the shows are off the chain, by the way. They have swim with the dolphins, where you can actually swim with the dolphins. We were sort of afraid to do that, but we stood and watched some other people do it, and it wasn't bad. So we had said to ourselves, when we come back, we're gonna swim with the dolphins. You can swim with the whales. Man, it's just so much to do. They got hammocks all throughout. If you want to just chill on a hammock, you can do that. It is so much to do in XCARET. Do not come to Cancun and don't go to XCARET. You have to go to XCARET. And again, XCARET, shout out to y'all, because when I tell you a good time, and so the bus will leave your hotel about 7:30 in the morning. It's like a 2-hour drive to XCARET from Cancun. No, probably an hour and 45 minutes, because that was the other excursion that was 2.5, so an hour and 45 minutes. And so by the time they pick up everybody, you'll get there like 10. And so you have 2 options. You can come back on the 4 o'clock shuttle, no, 4:40 shuttle, or you can come back on the 9:30 shuttle. Pick the 9:30 and see the night shows. They have some little few shows through the day, but the night shows, when I tell you, it's off the chain. It's about Mexican history. But when you watch the shows, I can't do it no justice trying to explain with my mouth. They are phenomenal. So I'm just gonna tell you, stay to the night shows. They're gonna ask you, do you want to come back at 4 o'clock? Say no, I'm gonna stay. They start this night shows. They do like a pre-thing starting at 6, and then the shows actually start at 7. But they do, you know, the what they call pre-something shows that start at 6. So make sure you down there and sitting at 6, because everybody go to rolling in at 7. So the higher up your seats are. So we made sure we got there at 6 so we can watch the other shows. So the shows, when I tell y'all, phenomenal. So come back at 9:30 on your 9:30 shuttle with XCARET. I may be pronouncing it wrong, XCARET. So that's the number one thing. So let me tell you what we did while we was there. You know, again, it's just a matter of what you like. Some people like snorkeling, some people like water. We don't really do the whole water thing, not when it comes to snorkeling and stuff like that. But we did do the adrenalina, that's what it's called, adrenalina. And it's like extreme sailing, where they're going really, really fast. They're spinning the boat, they're dunking the boat in immersion. When they first did the immersion, I didn't hold my breath, and so water went all up and down my nose. So when we first started off, that experience wasn't good for me, but it was really fun. So I'm gonna tell you, if you do the adrenaline, make sure when they say immersion, when the man hold his hand up, hold your breath. I didn't do that, because when they said immersion, I didn't think it was gonna be really immersion. Stupid of me, right? And so hold your breath. So we did the adrenaline, was first thing we did. Then we did parasailing. Parasailing was awesome. You have to parasail when you come to Cancun. And what they did for us, and I'm glad they did, some people got on the boat, and then some people, they call it a water taxi. They'll take you to the jet ski to your boat. So we got the jet ski and parasail in one, because he took us to our boat on the jet ski, and then we got on parasail, got back on the jet ski with him, and came back to land. That was awesome. So we did the parasailing, and of course we did the fish therapy while we were there. So those were the top 3 things that we did when we was there. But again, they have so much to choose from. And if I had to pick over again, or if I had to add something, I would add swimming with the dolphins. I saw the families out there doing that, because I'm thinking, I can't swim, I'm gonna drown, which is why we didn't do it. But they have the floats to keep you afloat. You swimming with the dolphins, and it was just, when we were just watching it, we were like, man, we should have went ahead and booked that. So we do plan on coming back, and we are going to swim with the dolphins. But when you look on there, you'll see all of the attractions they have to do. Just pick what you like. Everybody, you know, everything is different for everybody. So that's what we did day 1. Day 2, when we was here, we did Chichen, Itza. It look like chicken, but it's Chichen, Chichen, Itza, Itza. We did that with the sea note. The sea note is like a blue hole, like some water down in a hole that's absolutely beautiful. And of course, Chichen Itza, it's an old Mayan town here in Cancun, and you get to see the Mayan ruins. You get to see the ruins and the pyramids there, and then you leave there, and then you go to the hole of water where you're able to put on your life jackets and swim. If y'all look on my post, you'll see me trying to swim and all of that, and you'll see the water that I'm talking about. It's down in a deep hole, absolutely beautiful. So either you can do the Chichen Itza, or you can do the Mayan ruins. They have a different set of pyramids called the Mayan ruins you can take, but I like the one with Chichen Itza because it also takes you to Sea Note, which is the blue hole. And so that's what we did our second day. And then yesterday, which was the 3rd day, or shall I say 4th, because like I said, the first day we just chilled at the beach. But our 3rd day of excursions, we took a bus, because when you go outside of the hotel, it's a strip of just hotels, restaurants, you got malls and different stuff, and you can just get on your local bus. It's 75 cents. No, it's $1. What it is, it's $1 American dollar, and you can go up and down the strip on the bus. So we went down to the local mall. We did some shopping at the mall. The mall is split. They got the high-end stores like your Louis Vuitton, your Cartier. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but your high dollar stores. Cartier is what I'm trying to say. Louis Vuitton, all of those stores, and then on the other side you got your H&M, Forever 21, all of that. But you know, it's like a, you know, and they also have an aquarium there at that mall. Then you go further down, they got an outlet, and they got places where you can get souvenirs that's much cheaper than the mall. So make sure you go down by the outlet. They got a place called The Cave, which is like a club hotspot and stuff you can go to. So we went shopping yesterday, which we had fun. You know, of course, I'm a girly girl, so I love to shop. And so what we had booked for the night was a dinner cruise, which we had to get on the bus at 4:30 and go to the dinner cruise. Columbus, y'all did y'all thing. They serving lobster and steak. They had the dinner cruise. He have everybody get up to dance with y'all spouse. Let me tell y'all, me and my husband been together 25 years, and I've never danced with my husband until last night. This man made everybody get on the floor. Hold your spouse or your significant other, boyfriend, whatever, whoever you was there, because it's a couples cruise only. And you had to, after dinner, you had to dance with them. Of course, he's joking and telling different stories, and you had to dance. You ate dinner. They took photos. He lit up this thing, said love is in the air, and when you look, he told everybody to look up, and we thought everybody was expecting to see fireworks, but it was a big love sign. And so when I tell you that was it's called the Romantic Columbus, the Romantic Cruise. You have to do it if you're not, you know, there with the kids. If it's just you and your spouse or significant other, it's a must-do Columbus cruise. And so that's my rundown. If I was here Another day, like I said, I would try swimming with the dolphins. Another thing that I would try, they have a ferry ride over to Cozumel. We went to Cozumel before, but we didn't go on this trip. But when we got here, we found out that we could have taken a ferry ride over to Cozumel. If you take that ferry ride over to Cozumel, do the mopeds. You have to do the mopeds and do the tours. I mean, you know, do your own tour in Cozumel. And they'll tell you what's, you know, sometimes people are scared to do that, but they'll tell you exactly what road to stay on. They'll tell you what direction, and say if you stay on this road, you'll be good, and you'll be running into different beaches, so you won't be stuck to one beach. You can go from beach to beach to beach, is what we did. And we had fun just riding the mopeds without even stopping at the beach. Even though we stopped at the beach, I think our fun was the mopeds. And so that's my rundown. Oh, pesos. For every peso is for every 21 pesos is $1. So they may tell you something is $5,000 or $900, just divided by 21, and that's the American dollar. So for every American dollar is 21 pesos. So stuff gonna seem like it's high because they're gonna be telling it to you in pesos. And if you don't feel like doing the calculation, just say, what is that in US dollars? And so that's all I can think of. Oh, the hotel we stayed at. The hotel we stayed at is Golden Parnassus. Normally, I'm very good about looking at reviews and looking at the hotel reviews and stuff like that. Like I said, we've been traveling non-stop for 2 months straight, every weekend in the month of June, every weekend in the month of July. We took the first 2 weeks off in August, and then we're here. And so we've been traveling a lot during the last 3. I'm trying to make sure we don't miss our shuttle. It's 9:53. Let me start walking. And so we have to do our, we stayed at the Golden Parnassus, and this is one that I would not recommend. Usually I recommend the places that I stay normally because I've been to watch the reviews. I looked at the reviews on our way here on the plane. I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I dragging us to? So they was talking about the air wasn't working, which is, you know, basically true. Just so happened we were getting in late at night in our room, so the air wasn't too bad. And I will say the rooms are very clean, but this ain't something I would pick again. It's real. Oh, it really needs to be, yeah, really needs to be updated. I'm trying to get my husband, y'all, before we miss this shuttle at 10 o'clock. Out here by the water is nice, but the food was okay. The room, like I said, was extremely clean, and that's the only reason I didn't make my husband check out and go to another room, because it was clean, but it was so outdated. Everything here is outdated. When you get in the elevator and your lobby, it's hot. And that was one of the things I read on the review, that the air wasn't working. They said it was equivalent to a Motel 6, and I do see what they're saying. A little bit better than the Motel 6, but I do get it. But this Golden, come on by. Golden Parnassus, a no-go. So that's it. They got the JW Marriott here. We asked some other people the JW Marriott. They said it was nice. And so just read your reviews. But the one I'm staying at, no go. Happy Tuesday, you all. Don't forget to hashtag Felicia's Travels. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like.